Greetings, and welcome to another video. And as usual in the series that I still haven't named, I'm going to talk about a zombie movie and how I would go about surviving it. Last week well, not really last week, but last video, I talked about Train to Busan. And despite how popular the movie is, it's actually really easy to deal with. So today, we're talking about another recently popular zombie movie, which is probably one of the best zombie movies to come out recently. And when I say recently, I mean as recently as only as a matter of months ago, less than a year ago. The movie #Alive came out, and as annoying as the title makes it seem, it's great. It shows, it shows the true, limitations of what a normal zombie survivalist, would be able to handle in the events of a zombie apocalypse. And when I say zombie survivalist, I don't mean he's a zombie survivalist. He's not. But a lot of people who claim they can survive the zombie apocalypse are just people who play video games all day. Of course, I play a lot of video games. I just train to be able to handle the zombie apocalypse. If you don't believe me, check out the rest of my channel. Now, with that in mind, first, as usual, we're talking about the zombies. Now, these ones, as usual, bites infect you. But their hearing, sight, and smell are impaired to the degree of where it's actually possible for them to take a few seconds looking right at you to recognize that you're a person. But the sensory impairment does tend to vary between zombies. And they do have a sort of herd mentality, where they will drag you to a horde if they catch you, and they'll stop you from killing yourself if they pin you to the ground and bite you, as they showed with the cop in one scene. Oh yeah, by the way, spoiler alert. But regardless, and what's quite remarkable about these zombies is they, like the classic Romero zombies, they actually have some semblance of memory of their old jobs and pastimes. Such as in one scene, where a zombie firefighter actually climbed a rope up a building to get at one of the main characters. And with that, and of course, these zombies, are fast, and to climb over each other to try to get at their target. But they go down remarkably easy. I mean, they're easy to hold back, and they'll go down from a single shot, and they'll go down from a single strike of a golf club to the head from a scrawny gamer. They're not so they can't take much of a hit, but there was one really big zombie at one scene in the movie that straight up broke through a locked door with a fridge in front of it, and and then to attack the main character. Of course, not entirely sure if all zombies are capable of that, because we saw the same guy hold back a door shut while 4 of them were trying to open it at once. So, realistically speaking, we can't say much about their strength, as it seems to vary. And these zombies, of course, go down to small arms fire, but only headshots. Okay? And I think that's it. Now, on to how I'd survive it. Honestly, I think the movie did that well enough on their own. They showed that that the way about they'd go about surviving it would be, listen to what they say on the news, stay inside. So I'd stay in my house, and since I'm completely alone in my house for the entirety of this, what would I do? Well, first step, I'm barricading my doors, my windows and doors. Now, some entrances are pretty easy to take care of. Garage door, just close it. Zombies aren't going to be able to remember how to open it. Front door, it's a deadbolt, so I can just lock it, but I might just choose to barricade it with heavy stuff and just to be safe. Back door, same story. Windows, well, you see, I don't exactly have 2x4s or anything to board it up, but I do have duct tape, which I can put in a cross pattern or X pattern over it just to make sure that it's harder to break it, or if it does, it'll stay in intact pieces. But mainly, since these zombies won't exactly attack me if they can't find me, I actually have the system in my room. See, duct taping, I'm not sure if you guys saw that, but that's my window. Basically, duct taping, I have a lot of cardboard. So, duct tape cardboard in front of the windows. I use this as a system of completely negating light in my room because I have trouble sleeping with, unless it's pitch black. So, do that. Zombies can't see through it'll be as if there's no window in the first place. And and of course I might figure out some way of improvising reinforcing the windows. Heck, I might just spray some Flex Seal on the windows. But I think I use most of my Flex Seal making a handle for a weapon. Well, on that note, there is of course the matter of how of staying alive while in here. I mean, I can only stay in here so long, right? Well, worst case scenario, couple months, because the zombies in the movie don't take over the country. The military is finding survivors to evacuate them. They use the posts on social media for this. So, trick is, make a post on social media, get people to figure out how, to try to get soldiers to, the military to come find me. Not entirely sure if the U.S. Army is going to try this, but not really the Army, but pretty sure it'd be everything except the Coast Guard. But U.S. military, if they do the same thing, just make a post of your location on social media. Hope they find you. And as for supplies, quite simple. The situation's great because it depends on you, how you prepared. If you take a lot of people who say they prepare for the zombie apocalypse, they watch videos about how to survive, but they don't really do much. Or they play zombie games and don't do much. Then you got survivalists like me. In my survival kit alone, I have about a week's worth of food. In my house, since I'm going to be completely alone, I've got a couple months worth of food at least. And as for water, just ignoring my current water supply, this isn't all of it, just showing you a couple gallons to make sure, to help you realize, to emphasize, or demonstrate. Got 2 gallons right here. I got about 7 gallons of water currently stored. As soon as I finish fortifying my place, one of the first things I'm going to be doing after that, filling up every container in my house with water. That's more because once the water shuts off, I'll still have water. And I'm going to be charging every device in my house. And just in case I need entertainment later, also take the chance to download a bunch of stuff on Netflix. After all, that times get boring. And other than gathering water, charging devices, these are basic things, but people would tend to forget them. What else? Well, generally speaking, keep some weapons around the house so that if a zombie gets in, no matter where I am, I'll have a weapon. Oh, also start with eating the frozen foods first, because they're the ones that are not only will they go bad first, but they're the stuff that they'll end up going bad after the power goes out anyway. And South Korea has a lot better power stuff because they have nuclear power plants, which would go on for quite a while. But as basically, power is going to go out eventually. And say that there's an evacuation that I need to hear. Evacuation notice I need to hear. It's going to be broadcast on radio frequencies if there's no Wi-Fi or power. Makes sense? Which is why I have this AM/FM radio with 4 sets of batteries. Gets a decent signal in any place in my house, as long as it's not directly next to any electronics. And since it's battery powered, I don't have to worry about the electricity running out, ruining it. Basically, this is going to be your best friend. Because I'm pretty sure there's bound to be at least someone who's trying to play Citizen Z. And as usual, what would I do if I needed to go out for supplies? As unlikely as it is, I still have a plan for it. As usual, you guys know, my bomber jacket, completely bite-proof. It covers my entire torso. Just in case, leather vest, duct tape bracers, completely bite-proof and resistant to most weapons. And this is actually something new. Just finished working on it last night, but a new piece of armor. I told you guys I was gonna make one of these eventually, but shin guards. Double layered aluminum. With 550 paracord laces. These are definitely strong enough to to stop a bite from a zombie. Matter of fact, these could probably stop a knife too. Regardless, these are definitely good, and again, like all my homemade weapons and armor, like my duct tape bracers and these, link in the description, my business, the Backyard Armory. I sell all of these. And as for weapons, you guys know the drill by now. Only going to be showing a couple things, but since these zombies go down so easy, as usual, my base Cold Steel Brooklyn Crusher, and my machete. And as usual, gloves are kind of a given. And my general scavenging supplies, which, if you want to know that, I did an entire video about that. And if you want to know it, know anything important at this time, make sure you do your research about the virus before any power, water, any of this stuff goes out. Because, really, that's the only chance you have to learn about the zombies. Oh, and one extra tip. If you have a radio broadcaster, instead of just a radio receiver like I have. You could possibly send messages to people who have radios to try to get help. Of course, you could try calling people, but that's ineffective. You could try, given that, cell phone signal, Wi-Fi, all that stuff's going to go out eventually. Unless you got a satellite phone. Then you don't really have to worry about signal. Honestly, this is probably the easiest movie to survive I've covered yet. I mean, even Train to Busan had a possibility of you running into zombies. With this one, just sit back, have a pint, and wait for everything to blow over. As usual, if you want to see more of this kind of stuff, like this video, comment your own methods of surviving this movie in the comments below. Request any, if you want to request a zombie movie for me to cover, put it in the comments. And, as usual, if you would like, to help out my channel, share this video with someone else, who likes this content too. And, if you want to be notified whenever I post another video, subscribe, hit the bell icon, the usual stuff YouTubers say. This is Random Man, signing off.